Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live from the beautiful Ball Sports Academy in Northeast Indiana. It's the Volleyball League of America, the 2022 VLA Cup Semifinals, live on ESPN+. My name is Rob St. Clair. Welcome to this very much a family affair between SoCal Rukkus and Hawaii's Imiola. These two teams under the same management network. They know each other extremely well. They practice together, they travel together, and now they're out for each other's blood and a chance to go to the finals later on this afternoon. The winner takes on the Milwaukee Dive. Before we look at the starting lineups really quickly, let's take a look at how these two teams got here. First, that's Rukkus there in white. They won their Pool C pretty convincingly, beating the Phoenix Ascension, beating New York's team LVC on Friday, and beating the River City Flow yesterday to advance to this point. Rukkus, the reigning champions of this tournament from last year. And on the Imiola side, seeded 5th in their pool, went all the way through the gauntlet on Friday, beating Indiana's Team Pineapple, beating the 6-3-0 Slunkers, beating River City Flow, beating the Northeast Force. This team has added a bunch of crazy, young, dynamic talent, and here they are playing their friends and family Rukkus in the semifinals. We will introduce the starting lineups in just a moment. Get right to the match. First, let's go over a couple rules in case you're tuning into professional level volleyball for the first time. Best 3 out of 5 set matches here in the VLA Cup to 25 points each. You must win by 2. If we get to a 5th set, that'll be played to 15. 6 substitutions total per team. There will be a technical timeout when the first team reaches 15 points in each set. The ceiling is out of bounds. If the ball hits the ceiling, immediately dead off the last team to touch it. And as for ball handling, overhead setting, if you're trying to set one of your teammates, a double contact is not a problem. That's an interesting rule change we have here in the VLA that we'll talk about as the broadcast goes on. We're trying to take the whistle out of the game. You're not going to see very much ball handling called in this league. So Rukkus and Imiola exchanging pleasantries. These teams under the same management. They travel together, they practice together, but they compete very separately and very intensely in their own right. These two teams are built, both specially designed to win this tournament. Only one will get the chance to do so. Rukkus out of SoCal, Imiola out of Hawaii. And of course, with the University of Hawaii winning 2 national championships in a row, including one last weekend. The state of Hawaii, a hotbed for men's volleyball. And we are excited to see the young, explosive firepower of Imiola against the veteran pro-level experience of Rukkus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the starting lineups. First for SoCal Rukkus in white on the near side of your screen. A 6'5" setter from Brigham Young University, number 8, Joe Kaliakamoa. A 6'1" outside hitter from UCLA, number 22, JT Hatch. A 6'4" outside hitter from Pepperdine University, number 4, Caleb Denmark. A 6'6" opposite from UC Santa Barbara, number 15, Randy DeWeese. A 6'7" middle blocker from Pepperdine University, number 13, Max Chamberlain. A 6'7" middle blocker from Concordia University, Irvine, number 9, Mark Mitrakos. And a 5'11" libero from the University of Hawaii, number 21, Garrett Komisarek. And for Hawaii's Imi Ola, a 6'4" setter out of Pepperdine University, number 15, Bryce Dvorak. A 6'7" outside hitter out of Long Beach State University, number 22, Serge Nadazdin. A 6'7" outside hitter out of Cal State Northridge, number 14, Kyle Hobus. A 6'8" opposite from Pepperdine University, number 12, Jacob Steele. A 6'5" middle blocker from Cal State Northridge, number 10, Daniel Wetter. A 6'10" middle blocker from Pepperdine University, number 20, Austin Wilmot. And a 5'9" libero from Cal State Northridge, number 6, CJ Suarez. Imi Ola is coached by Mike Rogers, Rukkus coached by Stefan Brule. All right, ladies and gentlemen, warm-ups are underway. Thanks for rolling with us on timing. It is time for first serve. Joe Kawayakamoa, the reigning MVP of this tournament for Rukkus, the reigning champs, underway in white on the near side of your screen. And an immediate bomb by Serge Nadazdin. Oh my goodness, what a blast. If that doesn't set the tone for this match, I don't know what does. Number 22 in red for Imi Ola, Serge Nadazdin, with the hammer on the left side. That sends Daniel Wetter, the middle blocker, back to the service line. Denmark over the top of the block, right on the net on the overdig, and Mark Matrakos blasts it to the floor. A lot to get into between these two teams. Very much a family affair. Rukkus and Imi Ola under the same management. They know each other extremely well, but this will be as competitive as any for that exact reason. Good block touch there in the middle. Back to Imi Ola. Dvorak, Wilmot with the roll, kept alive easily. Matrakos off the shoulder of Suarez somehow. Free ball opportunity here for Rukkus. Deweese dug by Hobus in position 6. Nadazdin dug by Como. What a rally here in set number 1. Hobus out of the back row off the block and out of bounds. A crazy rally to set the tone for things getting underway. Heck of a dig there. Number 21 in black, Garrett Komisarek, nicknamed Como, is one of the craziest liberos you will ever see. Truly a difference-making defender. And Kyle Hobus, a young superstar out of Cal State Northridge, number 14 in red for Imi Ola, ended up with that kill to end that rally. Bryce Dvorak just finished his collegiate career at Pepperdine. The left-handed setter from the service line misses that one just long. Mark Matrakos, middle blocker out of Concordia Irvine. Veteran of the VLA scene, played for a couple different teams. Really smart at that middle blocker spot. Good block touch by Chamberlain against Wilmot. Nadazdin through a tiny seam in the block and down on the Rukkus side. Serge Nadazdin out of Long Beach State is a workhorse. 6'7" outside hitter. Does everything well. Attacking right side, left side, out of the pipe. He's going to be called upon to pass a lot of balls to this Imi Ola squad as well. JT Hatch gets the reset. He'll get another opportunity immediately. Rolled into the block, and this time can't be covered. Imi Ola. Jacob Steele making an impact right away. Number 12 in red, the opposite out of Pepperdine. This Imi Ola team is huge. Austin Wilmot, 6'10", Steele, 6'9", Hobus, 6'7". That's the front court that Rukkus is trying to attack against right now. Tough pass by Como, heck of a serve by Nadazdin. Deweese sends over a free ball. Dvorak, Nadazdin out of the pipe, but the connection not quite there. And Rukkus will take that however they can get it. They were scrambling from the onset of that point. And now Randy Deweese in his first VLA action this weekend, the opposite out of UC Santa Barbara, but started his collegiate career as a setter. The fact that him and Kawayakamoa have both got very capable hands is a big advantage for Rukkus. We might see them go to that 6-2. But Deweese misses that serve out of bounds. Yes, we will see the 6-2. Okay, Rukkus lining up right now as if Kawiakamoa is going to attack on the left side and Deweese is going to set full time. Very interesting. You don't see this that much at the highest levels. Wow, what a set by Hatch. Kawiakamoa rolled over the top. Hittable ball for Hobus. Smartly gets the reset. But right on top of the net and jammed to the floor by Bryce Dvorak. Or excuse me, Chamberlain against Dvorak. A lot of Pepperdine flavor between these two teams. Chamberlain finished his terrific career at Pepperdine a few years ago. Has been playing professionally in Germany since. Here's JT Hatch, a world-class ball control outside hitter out of UCLA. Steal, slowed down by a very good block touch. Immediate transition, Kawiakamoa dump kept alive. And some confusion on the Emiola side. I have no idea why CJ Suarez was going flying over a player trying to bump set that ball when Steele was just standing there. But we're tied up at 5. Team's settling in a little bit here. Steele 11 out of system swing. What a dig by Como down the line. Deweese takes a rip at it and he's stuffed by Wetter. Daniel Wetter out of Cal State Northridge. You might think that 6'5" is a little undersized for a middle blocker. Wait until you see him elevate. This dude can put 5 fingers on the top of the antenna, no problem. Chamberlain slowed down by Wetter, back to Rukkus. Deweese as a setter to Kawiakamoa on the right side. And the utility player himself, Joe Kawiakamoa, with the kill on the off speed. Really unique strategy for Coach Stefan Brule and SoCal Rukkus to go with this 6-2. Keeping a backcourt setter and a front court opposite at all times, but both these dudes, Kawiakamoa and Deweese, can really set the ball. Dvorak loses the joust and it can't be covered on the Emiola side. Smart play there by Matrakos, with Caleb Denmark, the outside hitter, there as well. Rotation 4 received for Emiola. Dvorak, the left-hander in the front court as a setter. He can take a swing at it on the second contact. Wetter elevates and goes directly over the top of a legitimate professional double block. That is insane. That's the athleticism I'm talking about for number 10 in red. Watch this. Straight over Matrakos and Denmark. Those are big dudes, jumping as high as they can. And Wetter just made him look invisible. Here's Hobus, tied at 7 apiece. Tough pass from Denmark. Deweese attempts to feed it to the middle. Transition chance here, but set outside the net, and Nadazhdin can't negotiate with that. One of the many things about Rukkus that makes them so good is how even when they're in imperfect situations, they will always find a way to make the other team uncomfortable, even if it's sending over a free ball. What a set by Bryce Dvorak. No block up, completely fooled Denmark, the blocker, and Jacob Steele hammered it out of the back row. Watch this. Oh, just incredible. Great work from Bryce Dvorak, the son of a legend, Dusty Dvorak, the Olympian. Beautiful set to Denmark on the right side, stabbed at by Hobus off the block touch. Nadazhdin rolled off the block of Matrakos and to the floor. Emiola takes the lead, 9-8 here in set number 1. Wetter back to serve. He's got this interesting little hybrid thing. Yeah, there it is. Float serve toss, but hits it like a spinner. Deweese on the left side, briefly kept alive by the Emiola defense, but just out of play. And Deweese quickly becoming a crowd favorite, at least on his Rukkus team. He's really made an impact this weekend, has been the utility player along with the right side point scorer that they've really been looking for in Michael Wexler's absence. Nadazhdin roofed by Deweese with Matrakos there as well, right on cue. Watch this. Absolutely. Look at the penetration from Randy Deweese, reaching so far over the net. So physical, all these guys in the front court. Wow. Speaking of physical, 6'10" Austin Wilmot. Fresh out of Pepperdine, played in the National Championships tournament literally a week and a half ago. He is in shape, he is ready to go, and the VLA, his first professional experience. And a foot fault that time against Dvorak, stepping on the service line as he went to rip that ball. He is dangerous from that spot, but you got to keep both feet behind that white line. 11 serving 10, Rukkus with an early lead here in the first. We've got a lot of volleyball yet to play in this match and today. Mitrakos misses that serve just out of bounds. These two teams feeling each other out ever so slightly. I know for a fact coaches Stefan Brule for Rukkus and Mike Rogers for Emiola have been doing a ton of homework scouting each other's tendencies, understanding what rotations teams are weak and strong in, what hitters like to be used where. And right there, that's a study example. Good block touch. Suarez to steal. Beautiful dig by Como down the line again. Hatch shoved the block and just barely out of bounds. That is classic Rukkus volleyball right there. Put Como in position 5 on the left side. Let him dig a rocket. Throw up a high ball and make the best out of it. JT Hatch, the best in the business, number 22 in white. Has played a little bit of everything in his career. Was a starting outside hitter, occasionally a libero at UCLA, now playing professionally, I believe most recently in Israel. Deweese misses that serve out of bounds. It's 12 apiece. If I could boil down this matchup to just kind of one idea, it's youth and physicality for Emiola versus veteran experience for Rukkus. Hatch on the right side somehow finds that ball inside the court on the end line, contorting his body. That is an amazing piece of athleticism for number 22 in white. Not a big outside hitter at only about 6'1". But I dare you to find me any weaknesses in that man's game. Let's see what Hatch can do from the service line here. Really good pass by Hobus. The Dosden out of the back row, stuck by Hatch, did not hit the ceiling. Basically a free ball opportunity here. Wetter off the block and covered. Hobus exploding down the line. That ball was extremely close to the ceiling. Emiola thought it might have touched it. I did not think it did. But they got the free ball off the block coverage and terminated on the left side. Bryce Dvorak is running a really nice offense so far. He's trying to separate those Rukkus blockers as best he can. Wow, what a set from Deweese, and hammered on the right side by Kawiakamoa. That is ridiculous. And those two guys in the reverse of perhaps the roles that we expected we might see, proving the validity of the 6'2" right there. Chamberlain back to serve where he is lethal. I remember last year on this very court in this tournament, Chamberlain won a match against the Chicago Icemen in the semifinals with an ace. Hobus, sharp cross court inside the block and down. Kyle Hobus, just out of Cal State Northridge, a name that's kind of been flying under the radar nationally. But as soon as I saw this kid play in this gym on Friday, I was blown away. So physical, 6'7", crazy high contact point, really good arm, and controls the ball well. He's going to go a long way in this league. The Dosden tipped over the top. Nice read by Deweese, and the pineapple. Joe Kawiakamoa in Loy Ball's own house, pulling out the pineapple. Deep tip on the second contact. Beautiful play for Rukkus, and that will trigger the first technical timeout at 15-14. And there is Loy in the office. We might be able to convince him to make an appearance on the headset later on in the day. But Loy is in the house. Got to give respect to the pineapple when it shows up. Huge shout outs to Loy Ball and the entire Ball Sports Academy staff for hosting us here. Volleyball Sports Academy was where the VLA was born in 2020. Only able to play one event in that year for obvious reasons. It was here in this gym. We've been growing slowly but surely ever since to this 19-team massive tournament in Northeast Indiana. Started with 19 teams on Friday morning, and here we are down to 4, or should I say 3, after this morning's match. A thriller between the Milwaukee Dive and the Chicago Icemen, with Milwaukee advancing to the finals. So they will take on the winner of this one. Tight early contest between Rukkus and Emiola, 15-14 in the first technical timeout. Not only is Rukkus the reigning VLA Cup champions from last year, but we've run 3 Cup Division Series tournaments this year. Rukkus has won both of the tournaments they played in. Steele flying through the air, gets his own rebound. Steele somehow dug by Como again, unbelievable. Hatch rolled over the top. Let's see if Wetter's available in transition again. No, Hobus out of the pipe. Thrown back dive by Deweese. Dvorak is blocked and covered. The Dosden deep cross court, dug by Hatch. Incredibly high level rally here. Denmark blocked and covered again. And somehow Deweese jams it through the block and down, but a net violation committed by Deweese of Rukkus. I agree with what I saw in real time. It looked to me like Deweese followed through on that two-handed pushover and touched the net on his way. Yes, there it is, pretty clearly on the replay. Good call by both our officials. Emiola is going to take that point. An incredible rally out of the timeout, and it's 15 apiece. So Daniel Wetter, the middle blocker, back to serve. Good touch against Mitrakos in the middle. Kaliakamoa again. Denmark blocked and can't be covered. Beautiful move, Austin Wilmot, number 20 in red. Shuffling to his left to shut down Caleb Denmark. Some Pepperdine on Pepperdine crime right there. Wilmot, who's suited up for the USA senior national team in some continental competition already in his career. I'm curious to see where he goes next year for his career. Denmark hammered. Back to the Rukkus side. Deweese on the left. Sharp cross court inside the blockers, and Wetter, the middle blocker in defense, can't make the play. Let's see what Denmark can do from the service line. He was a part of that Rukkus team that won this tournament here last year. That ball served just out of bounds on the floater. A lot of jump spinners on both these teams, but I like that Denmark, despite being capable of a jump spin serve, is tactically choosing to go for the floater. He's trying to target certain receivers in certain rotations on the Emiola side. Dvorak serving in position 5 this time. Tight pass and thrown to the floor by Wilmot. Kaliakamoa, the backcourt setter, could not go up and block that ball, had to pull his hands away, which is what you see right there. Wilmot not fooled with the two-handed slam. Emiola takes the lead, 18-16. A rare reception error from Como that last time, but he ducks out of the way of that missile as it travels out of bounds. Mitrakos, who's got a very good targeted jump serve, can hit a correct spot. Going at Nadazhdin there and just barely out of bounds wide. Extremely close, but I think that was the right call in real time. That's exactly who you want to serve, or not just the fact that it serves Nadazhdin, but any outside hitter passing in right back in rotation 1 is a very good service target for any team. 1917 Emiola with a little bit of clearance here in the first set. Another overpass, free ball. Good block touch by Deweese. Deweese chopped down the line. What a smart shot. I am fascinated by this Rukkus offensive system right now. because they have 2 setters on the court and they have Como, the libero. So depending on where the attackers are and in which rotations, the secondary setting duties are moving around a lot. It's something you don't see with that many teams. Deweese keeping it in play with the float serve. Steal through a seam in the block. Deflects out of play. Jacob Steele, also freshly out of Pepperdine, number 12 in red. Phenomenal athlete and a high flyer. His Hawaii team's got a 2-point lead, 20-18. Good hand pass there by Denmark. Kawiakamoa! Oh my goodness, what a blast. Randy Deweese with a beautiful delivery pulled the entire Emiola block away, and just watch this. Oh yeah, that's a setter, folks. That is a setter. Joe Kawiakamoa, a world-class setter, taking that swing on the outside. Incredible versatility from Rukkus. Hatchback to serve. Steele down the line again, barely out of bounds. Well watched by Como, and we are tied. 20 all after the narrow attacking error by Jacob Steele. And Hatch will serve again for Rukkus. Anybody's game here in the first. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Daniel Wetter is just flying through the air. That is insane. Look how long he's spending up in the air. This is one of the craziest middle attacks I've ever seen. He has so long to just wait up at the top of his jump and just blast Como in the chest. Incredible weapon Daniel Wetter is. And a good run in response. Deweese to Chamberlain on the beautiful feed. We're tied at 21. Wow, these two teams are playing at a high level right now. Max Chamberlain. Hawaii receiving in rotation 4. Just out of bounds on the jump spin serve, and it's 22-21. As we look at Kyle Grammett, Connor Doherty, Ian Castellana, some of the Emiola, guys on the bench that have been here before, but giving way to some of the young, sensational athletes, giving them plenty of guidance about how to get past this Rukkus team. Narrow advantage right now for Emiola, receiving serve in a tie game at 22 apiece. And Kawiakamoa with a rare error on the floater. Wow, what a beautiful run. Matrakos in the middle off the feet from Kawiakamoa. 23 apiece. Nobody going away here. First ball side out offense is efficient on both sides, but 2 consecutive float service errors from Rukkus. Extremely rare. That lack of attention to detail is not common for this SoCal team. Set point, Emiola. What a serve, somehow rescued by Denmark. Emiola's gonna have a swing for the set. Hobis out of the pipe, off the head of the blocker, but a net violation against Deweese. And that is it. Emiola has jumped out and taken the first set. 25-23, an incredible serve by Bryce Dvorak set up that free ball opportunity, and Hawaii is on the board. 25-23 in the first. So much more volleyball coming between these teams. Check out the highlights from set number 1. We will be right back in just a couple minutes live from the VLA Cup in 2022 on ESPN+.
Great outfit there.
If you feel it, 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 if you feel it. If you feel it, 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 if you
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful overhead shot of Angola, Indiana, a small town of about 6,000, just a few miles south of the Michigan border. And of all places, this is the site of the convergence of 19 professional men's volleyball teams for the biggest and best men's volleyball tournament ever held on American soil. You're tuning into the semifinals live on ESPN Plus. My name is Rob St. Clair. SoCal Rukkus versus Hawaii's Emiola, already a heavyweight fight. Emiola took the first 25-23, and there were no shortage of highlights along the way, as some of the teams who played the last couple days have started to pack the gym in anticipation of this afternoon's finals. Which one of these two teams is going to advance to take on the Milwaukee Dive for the trophy? No lineup changes for either team that I can see right now as we get set for set number 2. Bryce Dvorak, number 15 in red for Emiola. Their left-handed setter will be the first server on the near side of your screen. And he is a weapon. One thing that Rukkus doesn't really have is a lefty like Dvorak to practice against. And with Bryce just joining this team after his Pepperdine season finished last week, this is a bit of a new look for Rukkus in reception. And right on cue, Hatch barely able to handle that one. Deweese out of the back row, finds the fingertips and puts it away. Smart swing there for number 15 in white, Randy Deweese, who I've just really enjoyed watching this weekend in his first VLA action, playing 2 different positions. Wilmot hammered in the middle, looking for fingertips, and he's not gonna find him. That was not the best hand contact we've ever seen from Wilmot. And he might have been up too fast to get a piece of the block. 2-0 Rukkus start. Beautiful feed from Dvorak to steal, but he's kept alive by Como. Free ball here for Emiola. Hobis out of the back row. What a rip by number 14 in red. And these two teams, well, really just Emiola from what I've seen this weekend, they really run that pipe as a prominent part of the offense. For Rukkus, not so much. Because of this 6-2 offensive system, they've got a front court opposite all the time. They would rather run the quick middle attack in the front court than really emphasize the big. That serve missed by Nadazhdin. But that dichotomy of this matchup, I know these two teams are similar. Same management like we've talked about. They know each other extremely well, but their play styles are actually rather different. Steal blocked by Hatch, but covered. Hobis rooped straight down by Chamberlain. What a tough block for number 13 in white with the celebration to match. Max Chamberlain, freshly back from Germany. Professional season wrapped up a few weeks ago. He is in shape and ready to play. Wilmot in the middle, dug by Kaliakamoa. Deweese sends over a free ball, but he takes Dvorak, the setter, out of the play. Transition chance here. Deweese all the way on the right wing. Brilliant set from Kaliakamoa, but into the antenna before it touched the block. So Emiola back within 2. Beautiful run right there. I think that's the right call, actually. That ball was missed just barely out of bounds. Line judge was screened, didn't get a good look at it, but the up official made the call. Very close in that replay. I think that's the right call. Ball called out of bounds will stand. No challenge system in effect, so 3-4 games. Chamberlain on the repeat, slowed down by Wetter. Hittable ball for Hobis, who chops it down the line and in. What a beautiful shot. Kyle Hobis off of almost no approach. Nice high contact point and snaps it inside the end line. Good block touch by Wetter, set it up. We're tied up at 4. Another good float serve from Wilmot. Hatch slapped off the blockers, but he follows through into the net. And Emiola on a nice little run here. They take the lead 5-4. Wilmot again. Working on Denmark down the line. High ball out to Hatch, through the block somehow, and down on the Hawaii side for a much needed Rukkus side out. Here's Chamberlain. Only a matter of time until he does some damage from the line. Oh, good short serve there. Immediately generates the overpass. Deweese, cross court inside the block. Such a smart serve right there by Max Chamberlain. All the receivers on the Hawaii side are expecting the heater, and he cuts it short in front of him and forces the overpass. Now you can expect the heater on this one. Absolutely, and an ace serve right on cue. Max Chamberlain making me look like a pretty good commentator over here. What a bomb. I really wish we had the speed gun here for that. That one might be touching 70 miles an hour, maybe a bit more. For this ball to be moving that fast, it's pretty much impossible to pass it. It's crazy. Barely out of bounds. That is the correct call. Chamberlain cannot believe it, and it was a really smart serve, but he missed the sideline by less than half a tile. Competition heating up in the second set. Matrakos in the middle, able to put it down. Steele couldn't quite get underneath it defensively. Rukkus' lead is back up to 2, 8-6 after they started off hot 4-1. Rotation 4 receive here for Hawaii with Dvorak in the front court. It's only a matter of time until he takes a rip on a second ball with his left hand. Good leave there by Nadazhdin, letting that serve from Deweese go out of bounds. And Hobus will go back to the line for Hawaii. Ace serve, oh my goodness. That is filthy. Kyle Hobus with the gnarly wrist away spinner. That thing had so much left to right movement on it that Denmark just had no chance. Amazing piece of service. We're tied up at 8. Good move there by Como to pass that ball in the seam. Tough ball for Kaliakamoa outside the antenna. And it's out of bounds off of Rukkus. Imiola takes the lead. Hobus again against what is now effectively Rukkus' rotation 1 with Deweese as the setter. Overpassed. Great opportunity. Nadazhdin over the block dug by Denmark. Hatch down the line, slicing and dicing, but missing it just barely wide. Imiola is really applying some pressure right now. This is a masterful trip to the line for Kyle Hobus. It is not often that I've seen Rukkus this uncomfortable in reception. That ball missed well wide, and Rukkus out of that rotation. And another interesting part of the 6-2 for Rukkus is now you have to deal with rotation 1 receive, not once, but twice. Got to put Hatch on the right for a rotation, Denmark on the right for a rotation. It's a little bit inconsistent with the side-out strategy. Ooh, a little traffic jam there out of the backcourt for Imiola. Good transition opportunity. Crushed cross court by Kaliakamoa on the right side. Yeah, Como made that play look really easy, and a perfect piece of transition work from Deweese to Kaliakamoa. That is gorgeous. Tied up at 10 apiece. Good serving here from Hatch. What a pass by Suarez. Wetter flying through the air and detonating off the beautiful delivery from Dvorak, 11-10 Hawaii. Such a good pass right there by CJ Suarez. One of my favorite liberos to watch in the league. A pretty flashy one. He likes to go for the highlight reel play, but just a sensational athlete. Denmark blocked and covered. Oh my goodness, Dvorak on the overpass block. Rukkus immediately complaining about a net violation. I thought that was the ball. And our up official quickly stepping in and quieting some of that conversation. Let's see. Yeah, that's a great call. No net touch at all. That was the ball after it was blocked by Dvorak. Great work by our officials there. Tipped over the top, and Wilmot, the 6'10" middle blocker, with long arms, hangs and swats it to the floor. Hawaii leads by 3. And with all the momentum, Rukkus is not particularly happy about the officiating, but I agree with every call that's been made so far. Wetter going for the hybrid, misses that one short. Maybe Rukkus can go on a run here on the serve of Mark Mitrakos. Perfect pass by Nadazhdin. Hobis out of the back row, flying in from behind the 10-foot line with no block up in front of him, tips that ball straight to the floor. This is just such beautiful, beautiful high-level volleyball offense. Ball passed perfectly. 4 attackers, front court and back court combined, against only 3 opposing blockers. And you can do the math on that. That is a mismatch. That is why there's such an emphasis on serving tough in the professional level men's game, because you have to make the opposing offense work harder to have more options involved. If they're passing the ball perfect all the time, there's no way you can slow down some of these pieces of firepower on both teams. Dvorak out of the timeout, or out of the brief delay, hammers an ace into the seam. And the wicked southpaw spin gets us to 15-11 and a technical timeout. We will go to the break with Imiola with a 4-point lead and all the momentum here in set number 2. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Plus, live from the 2022 VLA Cup. Nineteen teams in the VLA Cup bracket, down to 4 here on Sunday. And out of the timeout, we just missed a Bryce Dvorak service error. Another foot fault, actually. So Kaliakamoa back to serve for Rukkus, down by 3. What a set from Dvorak to Wilmot. Wow, that Pepperdine connection that's been together for the last 4 years in the NCAA on full display. Look at that grab. Beautiful play right there. 16-12, Serge Nadazhdin. Oh, beautiful touch, but just barely unable to be tracked down by Imiola defensively. That set by Kaliakamoa was ridiculous. Sometimes that man throws his hands at the ball, comes out perfectly, and I'm just amazed at what he does to set the ball. Just a wizard. We've got a substitution in here, number 2 in white, James Anastasiades, out of the University of Hawaii, is a nasty server, in for Caleb Denmark. So we'll see if he's in, and will stay in full time as an outside hitter to provide maybe a little bit heavier of an arm. And he comes in and promptly misses that serve out of bounds, but it looks like he will stay on. So Anastasiades, number 2 in white. Let's see if he gets targeted by Wilmot here on the float serve. Nope, going at Hatch's hands. High ball swing here from DeWeese. Somehow finds a seam in the block and puts it away. But Rukkus needs break points. Imiola has a comfortable cushion right now. They can just focus on their side-out offense when they're receiving serve. But speaking of receiving serve, this one will be nasty. Max Chamberlain had the ace last time. Good move by Suarez there. Excellent adjustment. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. I really hope that our cameras are doing justice to just how high Daniel Wetter is when he's hitting that ball. It is crazy. Look at that. Look at how high he is. That's unbelievable. What a shot by our camera crew. Great job, guys. Right over the top of Matrakos. You just can't stop that. Deweese, wow, slam dunk straight to the floor. Talking about getting to the ball high. The net in men's volleyball, I believe 7 feet 11 and 5/8 inches technically. You can call it 8 feet if you want, but the game is played at a level so much higher than that. It's actually crazy. Ball missed out of bounds by Deweese. Emiola looking awfully good here in set number 2. 19-15 the score. And this man, Kyle Hobus, a young up-and-coming superstar, delivered the run last time that got them this lead. Let's see if he can do it again. Deweese in position 1 as the setter. Ace serve right on cue. Unbelievable. Kyle Hobus is having so much success with that wrist-away serve from center court, like tailing away from Anastasiadis' right to his left. You don't see that angle of a jump serve that much. And now you see Kawiakamoa back to pass that ball. 4 receivers. And good move there from Rukkus just to make Hobus think about a little bit more when he went back to serve. He missed that one out of bounds. But Rukkus, the reigning champions, kind of on the ropes here in the second set. 16 serving 20, already down 1 set to none. Tough pass there, good serving from Hatch. Great opportunity in transition. Deweese, Anastasiades through the block and down. And there is a pivotal Rukkus breakpoint that they were looking for. Good first swing of the match for Anastasiades for SoCal. And Hatch back to serve once again. Not a very good pass by Suarez. Hobus will step in and set this ball. But such a smart adjustment. Serge Nadazhdin off his longtime teammate Kawiakamoa and out of bounds. Joe Kawiakamoa, Serge Nadazhdin, Mark Olson, Connor Doherty, a bunch of these guys from both of these teams have played together before, both on the Phoenix Ascension, a Tier 1 VLA team, and others. So it really adds to the familiarity in this matchup. And in off the bench to serve, Jeff Schmitz, number 6 in white, the backup setter, will come in, serve, and play some defense, I believe, for Mark Matrakos. 18-21, good pass there by Hobus. Oh, beautiful scoop by Deweese. Great opportunity here for Emiola in transition. Hobus, wow, what a grab by Deweese. Kawiakamoa able to run it down. What a pursuit. Dvorak finally whips out the lefty on the second contact. And off the block and out of bounds, Hawaii takes the point. But look at that pursuit from Randy Deweese. Incredible hustle play, but Emiola mercilessly terminating on the free ball. Dvorak working down the line. Overpass by Como! And hammered to the floor by Jacob Steele. Bryce Dvorak is having an outstanding match right now, serving, attacking, and setting his team. 23-18, Hawaii is 2 points away from a massive 2-0 lead, but another foot fault by Dvorak will give SoCal the point. (19-23), Kawiakamoa, the reigning MVP, at the service line. Ace serve right on cue. Unbelievable. When you need a point, that man, Joe K, will deliver. And a timeout here for Emiola. Still a 3-point lead. But they do not want to let Kawiakamoa get hot back at the service line. They'll take a minute to talk this over. Try to side out 2 more times and win this second set. Coming up next after this one will be the consolation final of the tournament. A very fun matchup between the New York Legion and the River City Flow, two East Coast teams that have a lot of overlap as well. Excited for that one. Should be live at about 2 p.m. Eastern, depending on the timing of this. Yep, there it is, next up. And after that, the finals, the Milwaukee Dive against the winner of this one here. Kawiakamoa to serve for SoCal out of the timeout. Pretty good pass there by Hobis. Hobis out of the back row, missed out of bounds wide, and the Rukkus run continues. It's a 2-point game, 21-23. Kawiakamoa again cuts this one short, handled nicely by Suarez. Hobis out of the pipe this time. Como makes the play, but into the net off the tape outside the antenna. So quickly out of bounds, but that was an inspired piece of hustle from Garrett Como. Watch this. Look at him tracking that ball down. Yeah, if the ball touches any part of the net outside the antenna, it's immediately out of bounds. It's a shame because that hustle play was so good. Set point here, Hawaii, for Serge Nadazhdin. Chamberlain keeps us alive for at least one more point with the put away in the middle. And Anastasiades now with SoCal's hopes on his shoulders. Set point number 2 for Hawaii. 22-24, but this man has a cannon. And a little bit too much cannon that time. Serve missed out of bounds, and a 2-0 lead from Hawaii's Imiola against their sister program Rukkus. The reigning champions from SoCal down 2-0 in the semifinals here. Check out the highlights from set number 2. Will it be a sweep from Hawaii to go to the finals, or can the reigning champs extend? We'll be right back on ESPN+. The beautiful facility that is the Ball Sports Academy, playing host to the 2022 VLA Cup this weekend. And you are tuning in live on ESPN Plus to the second semifinal between Hawaii's Imiola and SoCal Rukkus. Rukkus, the reigning champions, on the ropes right now, down 2-0. They've inserted James Anastasiades into the match at outside hitter, and also a new middle blocker, Anderson Fuller, number 3 in white out of Pepperdine. will start the set for Rukkus. No changes for Emiola, unsurprisingly. They have been just outstanding so far, putting a lot of pressure on Rukkus' side-out offense and keeping their own quite efficient. Reigning MVP Joe Kawiakamoa to get us underway with the serve. Oh my goodness, Daniel Wetter again. I envy the job of whoever is going to go through all these clips and cut out Daniel Wetter's own personal highlight reel, because every time this man touches the ball, it's just a spectacle. It's amazing, the physicality of this guy. At only 6'5", as high as he can contact the ball. Just as I sing his praises, he does miss that serve out of bounds, however. Oh, very interesting. Okay, I'm just noticing the way this Rukkus team is lined up. Anastasiades is in, but he's in at the opposite, as Denmark misses that serve out of bounds. So Denmark and Hatch are the outside hitters. Anastasiades the opposite. No Randy DeWeese. So Kawiakamoa will set the offense in all 6 rotations. And Anastasiades will handle the attacking from the right side. Good pass there by Como. And Fuller in his debut puts it away in the middle, plus the net violation. Anderson Fuller, 6'9" out of Pepperdine. A ton of Pepperdine flair in this match from both teams. They really grow some athletes in Malibu, don't they? Wilmot in the middle, there's another one. But I think that ball's missed just out of bounds. Yes, out of bounds the call. That didn't catch a piece of the blocker on its way out. And Rukkus takes the lead. Oh, not a good pass. Dvorak rescues it. Steal, slowed down by the block, but Kawiakamoa not quite able to make the pancake play. And no libero on the floor that time for Rukkus to help out. Tied up at 3. Perfect pass there from Denmark. Chamberlain tipped in the middle, and Dvorak just too late to make the defensive play. That's something that I think Rukkus can do if they can pass the ball well enough, space the floor with the middle attack. Get Kawiakamoa throwing that ball in quick to Chamberlain on the gap. Keep the Emiola block confused and separated laterally. That might be the key. And put on some service pressure. That one pretty easy from Anastasiades. Jacob Steele tipped down the line and does get the fingertips of the block on its way out. Smart wipe there by number 12 in red. Emiola out of Hawaii, which, by the way, in Hawaiian means to live your best life. And Emiola living a pretty good life right now, up 2-0, but that ball is crunched on the left side by JT Hatch. It's the one-on-one. It is a pleasure to watch JT Hatch play in the VLA. It's great to have him here. An active pro, high-level experience, and just so smart. Not only are these guys, both these teams, all 4 of these teams in the semifinals, not only are they all crazy physical, but the maturity and the volleyball IQ is off the charts. Easy roll serve handled by Suarez. The Dosden out of the back row, blasted off of Anastasiades into the ceiling and immediately out of bounds. And these ceilings here at the Ball Sports Academy, you've got to get hit by the ball pretty hard for it to deflect up there. Heck of a rip there by Nadazden. A good set choice from Dvorak to go to the pipe. Shank pass by Denmark. Como's going to run it down. Free ball here for Emiola. Where does Dvorak go? Good block move by Chamberlain to commit on Wetter, but he hit it just hard enough to deflect it out of bounds. That block move was crazy. He came from halfway across the court on the right side to commit jump as hard as he could on the middle. Look at that. That's almost a full swing block move against the middle from Chamberlain, and it almost worked. Setter dump from Kawiakamoa is really well read. Emiola with an opportunity. Hobis swipes it off of Kawiakamoa. Wow, what a high-level sequence there by both teams. I thought Rukkus was going to have that point on the swipe of their own, but Dvorak with a really good adjustment defensively. And then Hobis Taking a page out of Rukkus's playbook. 7-5 Hawaii. Make it 7-6 on the serve, missed out of bounds. Blasted from the service line by Chamberlain, but just out of bounds there as well. Imiola's service reception this match has been really impressive. CJ Suarez, number 6 in black, anchoring that reception unit. But Hobus and Nadazin have controlled the ball quite well and have put on some service pressure of their own. Here's Hobus again. Oh my goodness, what a set from Kauiakamoa. But Anastasiades couldn't quite adjust. And the tape gets in the way. It's 9-6. Rukkus in very serious danger of being eliminated from this tournament. Not a good pass by Hatch. More service pressure from Hobus. Denmark out of system. Tipped into the block, kept alive by Wetter. Nadazin out of system, inside 3 blockers. What a swing by number 22 in red. That is just pure arm talent right there. Almost no approach. Gets up 7 feet off the net best he can and finds a nearly impossible angle, and Rukkus needs timeout. Coach Stefan Brulé is really searching for some answers right now. Check out this swing from Nadazin. Just a beautiful piece of work. And Serge, really a momentum-based player. So much intensity. But when he's going, he is going. You see there on the left side of your screen, the very left side of your screen, that's Christiana Mura, the manager of both of these teams. Last year's Rukkus team was so good that won this VLA Cup, and they had so many bodies on the roster that she wanted to put in another team to give more guys a chance to play and increase her chances of winning more championships. Sure enough, she's guaranteed to have one in the finals, both of them on display right here. And this Imiola team that she's built with some young studs just out of college has been flying this weekend. Hobus to serve out of the timeout. 10 serving 6, and a good serve, but a foot fault will kill the point prematurely. Kauiakamoa back to serve. Somehow this guy just always finds a way to get it done when his team needs him to. Oh my goodness! Oh, Bryce Dvorak's face just says it all. Daniel Wetter is a freak. Look at that! That is so far inside the 10-foot line, I don't even know what to call that. That is breathtaking. Unbelievable. Look at the reactions. Oh, man. I actually want to thank Wetter for missing that serve so I get a chance to catch my breath. That was just insane. The Imiola bench is still buzzing. Rukkus has enough to deal with what the score is right now at 8 serving 11. They have to deal with those highlight reel bombs too. Chop down the line, looking for the block touch, and he's not gonna find it. Nadazin with the rare error that time. That was not particularly close to the hands either. No doubt about that no call. So Rukkus with the break point in the back within 2. Ah, beautiful rip by Steele out of the back row. Jacob Steele quietly having himself a really nice match. He hasn't been quite as flashy as some of his counterparts like Hobus and Wetter in particular. But he's been that steady right side presence that always is a threat and doesn't allow Rukkus's block to load up on any one attacker on the Imiola side. Here's Dvorak, keeps himself well behind the service line that time. Hatch high off of Nadazin's hands, covered. Anastasiades, sharp cross court. Missed out of bounds, and Rukkus is begging for a touch, but I personally didn't see one. No call. Hawaii's going to keep the point. Let's see if we can get a look at it on the replay, perhaps. No, not enough time. Dvorak's ready to serve. Let's see. impossible to tell. Repeat set to Anastasiades, and he's blocked and off of him on its way out of bounds. Jacob Steele with the stuff block, and no argument about that call. Ball landed out of bounds, but definitely touched Anastasiades, I believe on like his side or his leg on its way down. 5-point Emiola lead, make it 6. Bryce Dvorak with the changeup on the serve. And Hawaii is fired up. And if the technical timeout hadn't come right now, Steph Brule of Rukkus would have called one anyway. What a run Emiola is on. See what Rukkus can do to stop the momentum when we come back from the break. 15-9 Emiola up 2-0. That is what is on the line, the 2022 VLA Cup trophy for the champion. The winner of this match here in the semifinals will take on the Milwaukee Dive for the cup. Bryce Dvorak continues his service run. Not a good pass by Denmark, but a massive rip by JT Hatch, able to overpower the block and get that deflection all the way to the back wall. That is just an unleash of a swing by JT Hatch. And Rukkus now needs to do something pretty special. They are running out of time. 10 serving 15, down 2-0. Anderson Fuller inserted in the middle. But he's gonna go to the bench, replaced by a service sub here. Jeff Schmitz, as we saw in the last set, will come on to serve and play some defense. Serving 15, rotation 1 receive for Emiola in red on the far side of your screen. Good rip there by Wilmot off the block of Chamberlain, out of bounds. Austin Wilmot, not only is he enormous at 6'10", but such a fluid and dynamic athlete. Really fast, gets up quick, and the chemistry with Dvorak is undeniable, having played collegiately so long together. 16 serving 10. I can barely believe the score that we're seeing right now. Just out of bounds there on the serve of Nadasdin. Randy DeWeese back to the match, in for James Anastasiades. We'll see if they go back to the 6-2 or if he comes in an opposite. Good serve there from DeWeese, handled well. Wilmot in the middle, slowed down. Emiola makes the coverage play. Beautiful dig by Como. And Hatch is roofed by Wilmot. Tight set, he went up and challenged the blockers, and Wilmot was up to the task. Good defense from Como again, man. That libero flashing the leather is always a treat to watch, but Wilmot disciplined on the block. Yes, beautiful press, and you can see the communication with his teammates as well about the timing. Oh, beautiful set by Kauiaka Moa, but an even better move. Jacob Steele with the one-on-one stuff block on JT Hatch. It's 18-11. Oh my goodness, what a block. He's so far over the net. Phenomenal move by Steele, and this is getting a little ugly here. Everything going Emiola's way. Repeat set, Hatch tries to slice off a crazy angle cross court, and he missed it into the top of the tape. It is 19-11. Rukkus has not lost a match this year. They haven't lost a match since last year's day one of VLA Cup. Good block touch. Wetter again, slowed down nicely by Chamberlain. Hatch tipped over. Dvorak makes the play. And a lift is going to be called. Interesting. Okay, that ball deemed to have been stuck in Wetter's hands for Wetter or Steele, whoever tried to make that swipe play. Apparently held onto the ball for just a little too long. Excellent read there defensively by Bryce Dvorak. Yeah, here it is. So it's Daniel Wetter. Yeah, that's a bit of a throw. Okay, I agree with that call. That stuck in his hands for a little bit too long, and JT Hatch certainly agrees. So Rukkus needs 1, 2, maybe even 3 points every trip to the service line for the rest of this set if they're going to have a chance. It starts right here. Good serve by Hatch right on cue. Steele slowed down by the block. Basically a free ball chance here. Chamberlain crossbody, missed it out of bounds. But wait, a net violation called against the Imiola block. A gift, an absolute gift from Hawaii to SoCal. I thought it was the ball that touched the net, but called right away by our down official. Oh, I see. The blocker touched the bottom of the net on his way down. But not all that consequential as Hatch misses that next serve. So 20 serving 13, Jacob Steele back to try and put an exclamation point on this thing. Chamberlain on the back one. Good read there by Wetter on the block, but it's just deflected out of bounds. So now Chamberlain's going to need to be a hero from the service line, and he is capable. I've seen Rukkus make some comebacks. It's not like their domination of the VLA hasn't been without adversity. They went down 2-0 in the Central Division Cup against Chicago's Swede, brought that all the way back to win the tournament 20-18 in the fifth. It can be done. Good serve, that's a good start. But a very fortunate deflection from Jacob Steele through the block of Anderson Fuller and down. And that's just kind of the match that Imiola is having right now. Passed well outside the court. Their opposite still able to take a rip at it, and he puts it away. Hobus has proven to be lethal, but perhaps lethal to his own team. I think he tried to cut that one short to position one. Really good pass by Suarez right there. Steele again, what a dig by Hatch. Fuller sends it over. Steele one more time, this time can't clear the tape. And a break point for Rukkus, much needed. They're within 5. This is not over yet. Joe Kawiakamoa and his SoCal Rukkus team can do this. But can they do it fast enough? That's the question. Tough pass there from Suarez, more good service pressure. Big block from Fuller is covered. The Dosden over the top, dug by Hatch. Como will set this ball. DeWeese chopped over the top. Dvorak. The Dosden, high, flat, looking for the hands, and I don't think he's gonna find them. All he wanted there was the touch. He was not swinging for the court. That is a perfectly good high-level swing. Yeah. Perfect look at the replay. That clearly over the block and didn't change direction after it passed the fingertips. So a good no call in the touch. 4-point game. Now Eric Enzing, an interesting substitution here, number 55 in white. Eric Enzing in perhaps as a blocking sub for Caleb Denmark. He'll play the left side. Wow, Wetter again. Blocking subs don't matter when that man just hits straight over the top of all 3 of them. That's incredible. Como with perhaps a little bit of gamesmanship to clean up the court on his side. Take all the time he needs to engineer a miracle. 22-17, Hawaii with the 2-0 lead. Rukkus needs something special here. That's a really nice first ball side out from Fuller. Denmark back into the match for Enzing. We'll go back to serve. 18-22. This is not over yet, but Hawaii needs 3 side outs to go to the finals. Perfect pass. Hobis commits a back row attack violation. Okay. This is still not over yet. Stepping on the 3-meter attack line as he jumped to go get that ball out of the pipe. That's immediately Rukkus' point. It's 19-22. A serve. Caleb Denmark. That's perfect. Right in a seam, right on the end line. And now it's a 2-point game. And a smart timeout from Imiola as all of a sudden this has become very interesting. Rukkus waited till the last possible second to start this comeback effort, but here they are back within 2, trying to extend this semifinal match at least 1 set further. Caleb Denmark out of the timeout, back to serve for Rukkus once again. Can this run continue? Bryce Dvorak and Hawaii receiving in rotation 6. Smart serve there, targeted onto Dosden. Steal out of the back row, missed it out of bounds. Oh my goodness, what is happening to Imiola? They led 19-11 if I'm not mistaken. The maturity of Rukkus is showing up right about now, and they need it the most. It's a 1-point game. Denmark again. Not a good pass by Suarez. Nadazhdin over the block and out of bounds, and we are tied. Unbelievable. Rukkus has brought it all the way back to tie it up at 22 apiece. Denmark's going to keep this going. Nadazhdin almost rescued by Kawayakamoa off the block touch, but not quite. And Hawaii finally gets out of that rotation. It's 23-22. Anybody's game here in the third after a miracle of a Rukkus comeback. Bryce Dvorak has been a weapon from the service line. Can he get a break point of insurance? DeWeese in at the opposite is in the front court for SoCal right now. Hatch with the roll, dug easily by Steele. Wilmot put away quickly in transition in the middle, and that's match point coming up. A gift. That was too easy of a shot from JT Hatch. Jacob Steele ate it up. Hawaii ran it down their throats. It's match point number 1. 24-22. Imiola is on the doorstep of the finals and a matchup against the Milwaukee Dive. Can Dvorak do it in style? Match point. Pushed all the way to the outside to Hatch, and he's stuffed straight down. And it's over. Hawaii's Imiola has handed Rukkus their first loss of the season. And of all times, it's in the semifinals of the VLA Cup. The reigning champs are eliminated. Hawaii very impressively advances to take on the Milwaukee Dive in the final. What a performance from Coach Mike Rogers and Hawaii Imiola. So impressive. They have put together a star-studded young squad with just the right amount of veteran flavor. And that recipe has resulted in a berth in the championship. What a match this was. Coming up next, consolation final between Team LVC and River City Flow. After that, the final. Imiola advances to take on the Milwaukee Dive. Rob St. Clair signing off on ESPN Plus. Thanks for watching.